Were you there when they sentenced him to die? Were you there when they sentenced him to die? Sometimes it comes.
Jesus. Praise and honor to you, Lord Jesus. Open your heart created for me, O God, and give me again the joy of your love. Praise and honor to you, Lord Jesus. Praise and honor to you, Lord Jesus.
The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John.
Glory to you, O Lord.
There was a Jewish festival, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now at the sheep pool in Jerusalem, there is a building called Bethsaida in Hebrew, consisting of 5 porticos. And under this were crowd of sick people, blind, lame, paralyzed, waiting for the water to move. One man there had an ailment which had lasted 38 years. And Jesus saw him lying there and knew he had been in this condition for a longer time. He said, "Do you want to be well again?" "Sir," replied the sick man, "I have no one to put me into the pool when the water is disturbed. And while I am still on the way, someone else get there before me." Jesus said, "Get up, pick up your sleeping mat and walk." The man was cured at once, and he picked up his mat and walked away. Now that day happened to be the Sabbath. So the Jews said to the man who had been cured, "It is the Sabbath. You are not allowed to carry your sleeping mat." He replied, "But the man who cured me told me, 'Pick up your mat and walk.'" They asked, "Who is the man who said to you, 'Pick up your mat and walk'?" The man had no idea who it was, since Jesus had disappeared into the crowd that filled the place. After a while, Jesus met him in the temple and said, "Now you are well again. Be sure not to sin anymore, or something worse will happen to you." The man went back and told the Jews that it was Jesus who had cured him. It was because he did things like this on the Sabbath that the Jews began to persecute Jesus. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise be to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
My dear brothers and sisters, today, the 17th of March, supposed to be the memorial of St. Patrick. And we are celebrating the Mass of Tuesday in the 4th week of Lent. Today, the church gives us a beautiful combination, the Lenten call to conversion and inspiring witness of St. Patrick. In the Gospel reading today, from the Gospel of John, chapter 5, from verse 1 to 16, we meet a man who had been sick for 38 years. He lay by the pool, waiting, hoping, but unable to rise. When Jesus sees him, he asked a striking question. Look at what Jesus says. Do you want to be healed? How can Jesus ask someone who is sick for 38 years, do you want to be healed? At first, this seemed obvious. Why would a sick man not want healing? But Jesus is not asking a simple question. He is asking a deep spiritual question, one that we must also answer for ourselves. Do you want to be healed? The man begins to give excuses. Many of us have been sick for many years in our lives. And Jesus is asking you during this ending period, do you want to be healed? Why can't you go and reconcile with me? As he says in the book of Isaiah chapter 1, verse 17 and 18, come, let us reconcile. And you are complaining, I can't do it. I don't have time. I don't do this. You are still complaining. This man started giving Jesus excuses. I have no one to put me into the pool. Someone else goes ahead of me. When the water changed, the man started giving excuses. He had become used to his condition. Many of us have become used to our conditions that we don't feel that this needs to change. Many of us are getting used to sin that you don't want to change for your sin. His sickness has become his identity because it's for 38 years. How often are we like this man? We remain in sin, but blame the circumstances. I am doing it because I don't have money to pay for my house rent. I'm doing it because nobody have helped me. I'm doing it. You are giving excuses when Jesus came to you to heal you. We stay in habits that weaken us. We wait for others to change instead of taking the responsibility to change ourselves. Jesus is telling us today, stop waiting, stop blaming, and rise. Stop blaming your grandfather. Stop blaming your ancestors. Stand up and do something about your life. Lent is a time to answer honestly, do I really want to change? This is the time of Lent. Do I truly want healing? This is the time you need to answer for these questions. Jesus does not help the man gradually. He commands him, rise. Today, Jesus is commanding you in this mass, rise from where you are and go to the sacrament of reconciliation. Don't wait for somebody to say, my body is not there. That is why I have not gone to confession. My house is far away from the church. That is why I have not gone to confession. Today, Jesus is telling you, rise from where you are and go to the sacrament of reconciliation. Healing begins when we respond in faith. Rise from laziness in prayer. Jesus is telling you today, rise. Are you sick in your prayer life? Are you spiritually dry? Rise and pray. Rise from your unforgiveness. Rise from discouragement. Are you being discouraged? Rise today and encourage yourself and put yourself back. Why are you being depressed? Rise and go back to God. Rise from your sin. The man obeyed, and immediately he was healed. Today, Jesus wants you to obey him and rise from that you are saying. That you are secret sin that only you know. Jesus is telling you today, rise during this Lenten period and go and reconcile with him in the sacrament of reconciliation. This shows us something powerful. God's grace is ready, but our response is necessary. Later, Jesus meets the man again and says, do not sin anymore, so that nothing worse may happen to you. Physical healing is not enough. Jesus is telling you today, as you have been healed, do not go back to your sin again. And one thing touched me in this reading, after Jesus has healed this man, This man did not go back to his life. He went to the church because Jesus met him in the synagogue. Many times you are praying, you go to mass every day, you are healed. Where do you go? You stop going to church because you have gotten what God has given to you. Spiritual healing is more important. Lent reminds us that sin is more dangerous than sickness. Sin is more dangerous than sickness. To be healed but return to sin is to lose everything again. Many times